I've been contemplating if I want to say hello at this point. I think I'm going to say hello. I don't know if I want to do the hello, welcome to Revolting videos thing, because that feels like entertainment stuff, and I'm not trying to entertain here. So yeah, I don't know. It feels like a show thing. Hi everybody, welcome to Revolting videos. That feels gross. I don't want to do that, but I'm saying hello. I don't know if I'll start these videos with hello. This is only the second one. But yeah, that's a thing that I've shared there. Yeah, I've come back to my shrine to do the second video. They're not all going to be here, and I've come back here and I'm sat here in a different way to how I usually do, how I've done for the last couple of years, and I'm going to share kind of why I'm sat differently before I get into what I want to talk about here. So I'm sat, usually I'd sit face on, but now I'm sat to the side of the shrine. And I'm sat to the side because the log that I usually sit on is it's no longer really comfortable somewhere to sit. It's kind of decayed quite a bit, and it's just not feeling. I don't feel to sit on this presence. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love decay. And I love that it's covered with ivy. And there's also a thing of there's a little holly right here, which prickles me in the tuchus. If I sit there, I can feel it against my back. And there's something really lovely about the feel of it, and there's also something a little bit uncomfortable. And right now I'm needing to feel comfortable, because right now I'm struggling with some pain, not pain as in like ouchy pain, but kind of more emotional and psychological pain. I've been dealing with for over 6 weeks labyrinthitis, and it's painful being unwell for a prolonged period of time. It sucks. and there's something of grieving feeling well. And so I've come here to talk about pain and grief with some kind of level of intention of topic. And I'm not going to talk about all the things. I'm going to talk about some stuff here, and then there's going to be another video. Because really, while I'm talking about pain and grief, I'm also looking to talk about individuality, individuation, individualism. Not as like an ideology, but as like an experience. And what I mean by individualism. And I'm not going to try and, this is expression, this is not me teaching, this is not an explanation, this is me sharing, and maybe this will resonate with some other people who watch this, and maybe others will think that this is bullshit, whatever. But yeah, for me, I've always been kind of, I say always, for many years, since my kind of mid-teens, I've been, latter mid-teens, I've been drawn towards individualist writings and philosophy, and with that, I'm not talking about the kind of the entrepreneurial individualism of liberalism and capitalism, but individualists like Friedrich Nietzsche and Emile Armand, Albert Libertad, Oscar Wilde, Henry David Thoreau. Those individualists particularly kind of moved me and impacted me. And I love crows so much, particularly for how they remind me of death. Thank you. And yeah, pain brings me to an awareness of individuality and individuation. And my experiences as a brain tumour patient and someone going through experiencing hydrocephalus, which is the most physical pain that I've ever been through. That experience thrusts me into an awareness of my individuality and my being apart from others, my being different from others. And I say that because no one else can experience my pain. My pain is a truth that is real to me, and people might say that pain is not real, it's not true, it's just signals in the body, but those signals are me communicating to me. It's aspects of my being communicating to me, and that feels real and true. To doubt my communication to myself, it seems like massive self-renunciation, and I'm not inclined towards that. That sounds like massive self-betrayal. And there's something of pain is real, really, really, really real, and others can be with me in my pain. My wife this morning was really with me in my feeling pain. She touched the back of my neck in a really gentle, loving way, and it's wonderful to be with others when you're experiencing pain. And being with others is a huge part of surviving pain. Being with others who are different individuals. And I'm not going to talk too much into the whole thing of being with others here, because I'm looking to do that in a different video where I talk about holism, which will probably be the next video I do, and how individuality is kind of an important aspect of holism and affirming individuation. But I'll get to that on another video. But just sticking with this thing of pain and individuality, amidst glorious crow song, the most wonderful crow song, there is something really true in that for me, in that pain is a primal, pre-linguistic, non-ideological affirmation of my individuality. And one of the earliest painful experiences for me was the death of my mother, and the grief that involved. And while there was something of a sharing in that grief, again, talk more about the sharing and the being with others in the holism video that I'm intending to do, there is something really true about grief. Is a very individual experience, and everyone grieves in their own way, uniquely, differently. To paraphrase Daniel Quinn, there's no one right way to grieve. And with grief, there's something of the loss of of someone or an aspect of ourselves. Right now I'm grieving the aspect of myself that felt well. I'm grieving something of my feeling of being strong, which will return in the same way that the dead return. And then at some point, my strength will be extinct, as I will be dead. And it will return in other individuals, physically, as my body decays and returns to earth and then becomes part of others in new growth. And also, it will return to others in memory, as they remember me, which is future thought. But right now, there is a grief going on inside me, which is just mine. Maybe a little bit going through my wife and others in a small way. Grieving, the stronger Julian who is not here right now. And their awareness of the return is different to my awareness of the return, and their grief is different to mine. Again, we can be together with that. There is something primarily true about pain and grief that is way before words. And with this what I'm affirming here is an individualism that is just before words and before language. It's not socially performative, it's just experienced and felt and true in a visceral, ecological sense. There are other things for me to talk about on the subject of individuality. I want to do something on holism, and I want to do something on other topics. I'm going to do a list here. Thank you for listening, and I wish you well with your pain, and I wish you healing with your pain, as I wish healing for myself. And I'm healing, and healing is an individual experience. So I'm going to stop recording now, and I'm just going to be here at my shrine I made, something of a reminding myself of my nan and my mum and their death and the pain that brought me, and of something of new life. Thank you.